We're back for some more unsolved case files with the case of Luna Knight. Let's go ahead and look at the back. Atlanta, on June 21st, 2014, rising pop star Luna Knight was emmed during a brief intermission at her own concert. Police were called to the scene and her death was investigated. But with so many possible suspects, the case eventually went cold. Years later, Luna's best friend, Justine Delgado, is determined to reopen the case in an effort to uncover Luna's killer. Justine is certain she knows who her pool of suspects are. She just needs help nailing the killer. Can you help Justine catch her best friend's killer after all these years? So this is a mini case. You can already tell the size is smaller than a typical one where it's like a normal letter size. So I believe there are less pieces of evidence. I'm definitely aiming to go through this in one session. And if you've seen previous ones, you'll notice I am not using my computer. I'm doing this the old-fashioned way. So yeah, let's get right into it. So first, to be opened by authorized personnel only. I believe that is me. I can never do these so cleanly. All right, hopefully that's good enough. It is not. I don't think I brought scissors with me. Dude, what a fail. Okay, I gotta go with scissors. All right, pro tip, always bring scissors. All right, well, that was a waste of life. The funny thing is I didn't want to open it beforehand because I wanted to make it super dramatic. And then now it just took me 5 minutes to open this thing. All right, there we go. Okay, so if you haven't seen me play Unsolved Case Files, or if you haven't played it before, typically there are 3 bonus envelopes, which are the 3 objectives you're supposed to solve in order. So here I can see only A and B. So it's definitely a mini case because there's only 2 instead of 3 objectives. So I think I could put this aside. So we can't open these yet. But first, we have an evidence folder. Contains photographs relevant to the investigation. Do not bend. Okay, looks like it's only photographs. We'll have to see. So I guess we can go ahead and open this. No, I see more than photographs. Okay, usually it also comes with a little magnifying glass. Keep this here along with our bonus envelopes. Keep this out. Usually I play on my computer, I can zoom in, so might have to actually use this thing. Let's first read this letter. I'm pretty sure this is the introduction letter. And I will definitely have to check these documents to make sure I have everything. So before I read, I'm actually just going to go ahead and do that. All right, looks good. Looks like I have everything. And here we can see this is a picture of Luna. She's a singer. What did they say? Rising pop star, Luna Knight. All right, first, let's read this letter. It has JD, Justine Delgado. I believe that's the best friend. Dear Detective, my name is Justine Delgado. On June 21st, 2014, I found my friend, or my best friend, Luna Knight, emmed backstage at her own concert. When we first met, Luna seemed like every other sophomore at Parkview High School. Wait, she was only in high school? Luna was different. She was so dedicated to performing. We all knew she was destined for greatness. She inspired me to follow my own artistic passions. We remained best friends after school, and when Luna shot to fame, she asked me to come on tour as her fashion designer. Okay, so this is after high school. Our lives were a dream come true right up until Atlanta, when everything turned into a nightmare. I told the detective who the prime suspects were, but he closed the case because all 3 of them had good alibis. I try not to think about what happened, but Luna's old manager has been all over the news lately, so she can't not think about it. Her new client was just nominated for the Best New Artist of the Year Grammy, the same award Luna deserved in 2014. Oh, okay, so is this going to be a rival of some sort? If Luna was here, she'd tell me to stop worrying and get to work. She's the only friend who always encouraged me like that. So I'm doing it. I'm going to solve this case and put Luna's killer behind bars, but I need a partner. Guess that's where I come in. I heard you were clever. So I gathered everything I could that might help us solve the case. I got photos and docs from Luna's case file at the police station, and I threw in a few other items that might help. I made you a list on the back, which we checked. Luna was M'd by one of those three suspects. I know one of them was at the concert that night. I just need you to help me prove they lied about their alibi. Please help me, Justine. I'm pretty sure it's a fake number and address, but she got into fashion design. All right, let's move on. Again, our photo of Luna. Nothing on the back. Just keep moving then. All right, so we have our first objective. Objective number 1, break a suspect's alibi. When you can prove a suspect lied about their whereabouts during the M, visit this page. And if you notice I'm saying M, I really don't know how YouTube works these days. It's probably going to slip out at some point, but I don't know. I don't even know who knows what you can say on YouTube anymore. I don't know. Okay, moving on. First, we have a news article. I'm hoping it's not too small that you guys won't be able to see it. So for this one, I'm actually going to try to hold it up a little bit. Hopefully my hands aren't too shaky. Okay, on the top it says, Luna Knight performs the opening song of her concert to a packed audience at UCF Arena. The singer was found M'd in her dressing room during a break midway through her performance. Local pop star Luna Knight M'd during concert. All right. Let's see if I can read it like this. In a shocking and tragic turn of events, popular music star Luna Knight was brutally M'd during her concert at UCF Arena last night. The promising young artist met a gruesome end in her dressing room, leaving fans and loved ones grappling with grief and disbelief. Luna had been taking a short intermission between sets when the horrifying incident unfolded. Her closest friend, Justine Delgado, found Luna's lifeless body alone in her dressing room, leading to an immediate suspension of the concert. Delgado expressed her feelings of disgust, stating, "Only a soulless and wretched animal would do something like this. Everybody wanted a piece of Luna Knight. She shouldn't have had to die over it." The investigation into Luna's M is currently underway, with law enforcement remaining tight-lipped about potential leads or suspects. In the wake of the tragedy, heartfelt statements have poured in from Luna's inner circle. Luna's aunt, Esmeralda Garcia, was at another event yesterday evening and did not find out about her niece's death until late last night. The singer, famous for her 1997 hit, Soaking Wet Lips, had this to share by phone early this morning. Okay, so her aunt was also a singer. How could anyone hurt such a talented singer? Luna had the pedigree to be the biggest star on earth. She was the best of us. My heart is shattered. The homicide investigation is further complicated by Luna's tumultuous relationship with boyfriend Tyler Hall, who was recently caught by paparazzi cheating on Luna. In a self-defending statement, Hall claimed, "None of this would have happened if I was there. I wasn't at the show because of the stupid paparazzi." Suzanne Hurley, Luna's manager who grew into fame alongside her, provided the following statement. "Luna and I had so much potential. We were destined to reach the stars. I just landed her a partnership with a very well-known perfume company. I'm not at liberty to say who, and I was in the works of getting her to the Met Gala this coming year too. It's all just so tragic." Luna Knight's untimely death has sent shockwaves through the music industry, leaving fans heartbroken. Her immense potential was cut short, but her legacy will endure through her music and the lasting impact she had on the industry. Okay, and there's a little bit more on the back. For this, I'll probably put a screenshot up there because it's so hard to read. The night went off without a hitch, aside from a rather unfortunate expulsion of the evening's refreshments from a Parkview freshman. Okay, so is this the same story? Thankfully, janitorial staff was present at the event and able to remove both the mess and the smell from the auditorium prior to commencing additional activities. The ceremony itself was well attended, thoughtfully put together, and informative. It was organized in a joint effort by the Parkview Fine Arts Department and the Student Government Council. Okay. I'm trying to see if it gives any hint about what this back article is about. After a scheduled surprise performance by the Woman of the Hour, Principal Dowling invited everyone to the photo op set up in the back of the gymnasium. The event had originally been scheduled to end at 10 p.m., but the evening ran well into the next hour instead, as Esmeralda Garcia took extra time autographing her way through the long line. So Esmeralda Garcia is performing somewhere at a school? Many of the students asked about Garcia's experience with Luna Knight and what she was like as a child. Ms. Garcia happily answered their questions and explained in great detail how she was able to mold Luna into the artist she is today. It would have been a truly special event for all if Luna had been in attendance. Regardless, the night concluded in a success with the signing of the last autograph and the last snap of the camera. So when was this article written? I mean, they're saying like, oh, if only she had been there, but I mean, in the front, of course she couldn't have been there because this already happened, right? Okay, I don't know. Then we have some weather. Don't know if that's really relevant. And then we have Shooting Stars Management, featured client Luna. Are you taking the next Luna night? Let's find out. We want musicians, actors, models, dancers, athletes, comedians. And we have Suzanne Hurley, the talent scout. Okay. Is she a suspect? I don't know. So I was hoping with smaller evidence, there's less reading, but this looks like very small print. So they just made the font size smaller. Next, we have the homicide investigation closure form. And then we have Luna Knight's information, key facts of the case. At 8:35 p.m. on June 21st, 2014, Luna Knight was found in a locked dressing room backstage during her concert. Victim was struck once in the right temple with her own jewelry box. No one saw victim or anyone else entering or leaving the dressing room. Victim's friend Justine Delgado had a member of security open the locked door when Luna didn't come back to the stage on time. No evidence was collected at the scene that connects to a suspect. Suggested suspects have all been questioned and their alibis have all been reviewed and confirmed. So now we got a timeline. At 8:45 p.m., officers and CSI arrive on the scene. 8:55, detectives arrive, debrief from CSI techs and officers. 10:40 p.m., questioned Tyler Hall and had him fill out a POI. 11:45 p.m., questioned Esmeralda Garcia, filled out POI. At midnight, transported evidence to the lab. 9 a.m. next day, questioned Suzanne Hurley and she filled out POI. 10 a.m., confirmed all alibis clean, only within an hour. 10:30 a.m., autopsy and forensic lab results back, found nothing. Then we have the autopsy details, cause of death, blunt force trauma to the right temple. Skull damage indicates a single impact with a hard square corner. Wooden splinters found in the victim's wound matched the jewelry box. Conclusion, she was emmed by a single blow to the head using the jewelry box, probably by surprise. Toxicology, she was not pregnant, no alcohol, no drugs. Justification for closing the case. All three known suspects were identified in questions. All alibis were presented with evidence, looked into by investigating officer, and confirmed. No other leads or evidence present to identify further suspects. Case closed owing to a lack of evidence. How did they come to that conclusion so quickly? And they barely interviewed Suzanne Hurley, and like within that hour, she's clean. I find that hard to believe. Okay, so we got our suspects, Tyler Hall, the ex-boyfriend. His alibi, Jacked Gym. Is that the name of the gym? It was 12 minutes away. So notes, Sarah at Jack Gym confirmed Tyler swiped in at 7 p.m. and out at 9:25 p.m. Suspect provided photo evidence. So, the photo evidence might be something. I was going to say the swipe card is probably not enough. So if that is at 9:25 p.m. And then did they have a time of death? 8:35 p.m. So 8:35 p.m. she was found, but it could have been sooner than that. So we have to know what time she went into her room, right? Into her dressing room, because it could have happened any time from when she went to the dressing room to 8:35 when she was found. But 9:25 p.m. that is a pretty good alibi. Unless you can slip out of the gym, I don't know, come back in. Next is Esmeralda Garcia, Parkview High School, 17 minutes away. Oh, so was she performing at the high school at the same time? Talked to Principal Dowling, who spoke with Garcia before and after the event. Suspect provided invite and photo, not killer. Okay, so we might have to reread this article. Lastly, Suzanne Hurley, car was stolen. Okay, that's probably the weakest sounding one so far. 15 minutes away. Suspect was victim of armed robbery at 8:30 p.m. Obtained police report to confirm. And then it says, what is this? Officer Descartes, suspect is innocent. Okay, so again, this is at 8:30, right? But even though she was found at 8:35, it could have happened earlier than that. So Definitely Suzanne is looking very sus. All right, next, key witnesses. Justine Delgado, best friend who found the victim, has strong opinions about suspects but didn't see anything useful for the investigation. No other witness. Okay, additional notes. Highest profile case of my entire career. And security guard was taking a break. Good job. Head of security, anyone at the venue could have gotten backstage. That's also great. Ticket office has no list of attendees. UCF Arena attendance that night, 17,881. It wouldn't even matter if you had a list. That's so many people. Eyewitnesses, none. Forensics, nothing. How can it be no forensics? It's got to be something. Well, let's move on. Next, we got the witness statement from the best friend. Luna went backstage for the changeover at 8:20 p.m. Okay, so now we know it's between 8:20 p.m. and 8:35. And Suzanne says she got her car stolen. We don't know where she's. 15 minutes away. What is it? 8:20. 8:20 plus 15 is 8:35. I don't know. Hold on. It's pretty tight timeline. It's got to be something else. I stayed out by the stage entrance until I noticed Luna hadn't come back for the second set at 8:30. She was already late, so I walked back with the security guard to check on her. We found her dressing room door locked and Luna wasn't answering. At 8:35 p.m., the security guard unlocked the door so I could go in, and that's when I saw her lying on the floor. She was dead with blood running down her face. It was horrific. Whoever did this is a horrible, vile monster, and I'm positive it was one of these three people. Okay, so we got some additional notes here. Esmeralda Garcia, Luna's aunt, which we saw in the newspaper article. She wanted Luna to come to her Hall of Fame induction ceremony tonight, but obviously Luna couldn't because of her concert. Oh, so that was at the high school, her Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Esmeralda got mad about it and punched Luna at the airport. As Luna's career skyrocketed, so has Esmeralda's jealousy. Did she take it too far this time? Suzanne Hurley, Luna's manager. She took Luna on and helped put her on the map. She's a bad manager though because all she cares about is money. She was always trying to cash in on every little opportunity and Luna didn't like it. Maybe Suzanne found out she was looking for a new manager and lost it. That seems to always be like the weakest motive, but we'll see. Tyler Hall, Luna's ex-boyfriend. He was a great guy when they met, but as he became more comfortable with Luna, his true colors came out. Luna told him the TNZ pics were the final straw and she dumped him. I think he was just sad that his 15 minutes of fame were up, but he was sending her a lot of creepy letters about how he wouldn't live without her. Maybe he really meant it. All right. Is there back? Nope. Let's move on to TNZ. What does TMZ stand for again? Isn't the M for like media? So what would N stand for? News, maybe? Is Luna Knight rising to fame or falling apart? Family catfight. Rising star Luna Knight is falling hard as life seemingly crumbles around her. Oh, what is this? Oh, this is the punch at the airport, right? A quick shot to fame will leave even the strongest with whiplash, but it looks like the people in Luna's closest circle can't seem to handle it. Most notably her aunt, soaking wet lip singer Esmeralda Garcia, who suddenly showed her claws to Luna at the airport on Friday. The two were mid-conversation when the fight broke out. According to sources, Esmeralda Garcia wanted Luna to attend her high school Hall of Fame induction. Luna declined, owing to her concert taking place the very same evening, and it sent Esmeralda Garcia into a rage. Hair was pulled, bodies were bruised, obscenities were shouted. A sad yet wildly entertaining sight. And under is reliably unfaithful. Oh, okay, so these are the photos of the boyfriend cheating on her. Tyler Hall, who became famous for standing beside Luna with a nice smile, has unsurprisingly been caught cheating. Shocking, said with very unshocked face. A source told TNZ they were doing fairly well until Luna left town for her tour. Hall stayed behind for work, but our photographer caught the personal trainer collecting more than just a paycheck. Not sure how these pictures will affect their relationship, but it's not looking good for Luna. We'll keep you posted as the story unfolds. Okay, there's no backside. I think this is just providing context, right? Okay, we got our first POI. Does this fold? No, but there is the front and back. Okay, Garcia Esmeralda. Got an address, phone number. She's widowed. From Atlanta. It says weight, none of your business. Shoe size 5, dominant right hand. Those might come in handy. So she was hit on the right temple. And if it was a surprise, usually it wouldn't be from the front. You would see that coming. So if it was on the right side, then it would have been somebody's left. Oh, no, sorry. It could be the right hand too from behind, right? So you're behind someone and boom, on the right side. Unless they're all right-handed, then it doesn't matter what I just said. Let's see. Yep, they're all right-handed. Okay, so scars, marks, tattoo, soaking wet lips, tattoo on right hip. No military experience, no combat experience, no firearms. She has prior arrests, though, and a prior felony. She's a self-employed singer, and she drives a Mercedes-Benz C-Class, black, with license plate. That might be very important. All right, so we got the time of incidents 8:20 to 8:35, but let's see what she says. How dare you make me a person of interest? Luna's my niece. Plus, it couldn't have been me because I was being inducted into the Hall of Fame for my contributions to music. I already provided my event invitation as proof of my whereabouts. I was the main event of the evening, so you can confirm with multiple people that I was in fact there that night. If you want to know who I think killed Luna, look at her good-for-nothing boyfriend. I've never liked him. Okay, so I might as well just double check this newspaper to see if she was there all night, because I wasn't really paying attention when I read it the first time. This night went off without a hitch. Rather unfortunate expulsion of the evening's refreshments. Janitorial staff was present. Blah, blah, blah. Ceremony was well attended. After a scheduled surprise performance by the woman of the hour. Wait, surprise performance? Principal Dowling invited everyone to the photo op set up in the back of the gym. Okay, the evening had originally been scheduled to end at 10 p.m., but the evening ran well into the next hour instead, as Esmeralda Garcia took extra time autographing her way through the long line. Oh, so she stayed even longer, but I'll have to see when it started. Okay, so there's nothing to indicate that she wasn't there the whole time. Let's move on, though. Next, we have Hurley Suzanne. She is the manager, so we'll just kind of quickly go through this. She has tattoos all over her. No military, but she does have combat experience and does own a firearm. She also has prior arrests. She drives a BMW. She's also divorced. Oh no, sorry. The aunt is widowed, but she's divorced. I don't know how that's important. Again, right-handed, 7 shoe size. Okay, let's see her statement. She wrote a little bit more. I spent several hours at the UCF arena that day helping prepare for the concert, but I left before 7:30 p.m. right before the show started. After a day like that, I like to indulge myself, so I stopped for some supplies on the way home. Some supplies? Well, actually, the weapon was the jewelry box, so I don't know. I had just picked up dinner from my favorite Chinese place. Can we verify that? When unfortunately, I was also the victim of a senseless crime. Right around 8:30 p.m., a man threatened me with a gun and stole my car, and my bubble bath soap, my bottle of wine, and my Kung Pao chicken. No, not the Kung Pao chicken. I filed a report, and the officer had to drive me home after. If you think I had the time or composure to commit M in the middle of that, you're nuts. You should really talk to Luna's ex-boyfriend, Tyler. I know from experience that he's really aggressive with women. Okay, individual who can confirm your whereabouts, whoever that officer was. Cortez, I think. Oh, okay. So actually, I forgot to read that here. So yeah, who can confirm Principal Dowling. So that's for the aunt who was at the high school. And she's saying that the police officer can confirm her whereabouts. All right. Next, the boyfriend or ex-boyfriend. So shoe size 11, right hand, barbed wire wrapping around left calf, tattoos, no military, no combat experience, and no firearm. Also has prior arrests. He is a personal trainer. He's been one for 8 months. I didn't really read the rest, but they've been doing their careers for a while. And he has a Dodge Challenger, red with black stripes. So maybe that's important when we go into the photos. All right, so his statement. I didn't kill Luna. I loved her. I know people think I'm a bad boyfriend, but it's all just paparazzi lies. Those photos were staged. My love for Luna was for real. I was several miles away at the gym when Luna was M'd, so I couldn't have done it. I even took a selfie, and I'll get you a copy for the case. I didn't kill Luna, but if you want my best guess who, it's her manager, Suzanne Hurley. She's bad news, always telling Luna what to do, controlling her with fear, and using the paparazzi too. I know she's been leaking Luna's whereabouts and our personal business. She hated our love and wanted to destroy it. Luna wouldn't listen, and she ends up dead. I don't think it's a coincidence. And then who can confirm? Sarah Stoddard, front desk clerk at the gym. Okay, it's pretty straightforward there. Let's keep going. Next, we have the Hall of Fame flyer, Parkview High School. Inductee Esmeralda Garcia, celebrate with us on June 21st, 2014, as we honor Parkview High School alumni Esmeralda Garcia, famous for 1997 Billboard #1 single hit, Soaking Wet Lips. Okay, we attendance for school spirit photos and jousting? Is it really jousting? All right. Oh, okay, this is really tiny. So refreshments at 7. There was this whole incident in the news article about something was spilled. Parkview High History, 7:30. Ceremony begins at 8. Surprise performance, 8:45 p.m. Closing remarks, 9:30 p.m. Photographs, 9:35 to 10. Okay, so in the newspaper article, it doesn't mention anything about her being there or like when she showed up. But after a scheduled surprise performance by the Woman of the Hour, Principal Dowling invited everyone to the photo ops setup. I mean, it doesn't say she wasn't there, but it also doesn't say when she shows up. Okay, and then it has parking details. Don't know if this might be important. Turn onto Logan Street from Kingsley Drive, enter the campus, follows Logan Street until reaching the staff and visitor lot. Once in lot, drive straight back to the library, take left onto the road, drive straight until you reach gymnasium parking after the golden dumpster. They said something about the dumpster, right? Parking lot into the gymnasium. Okay. I don't know. I'll definitely come back to that if something shows up. But so far, I don't know how significant this is. The one thing is this surprise performance starts at 8:45 p.m. So that's definitely after the incident. We'll just keep that in mind. Okay, next we have the stolen vehicle report. This is at 8:30 p.m. Hijacking a motor vehicle. Suzanne Hurley received the call from dispatch at 8:34 p.m. Encountered Miss Hurley at 8:44 p.m. sitting on the curb at North Alberta. Victim was crying hysterically. Victim reported an armed carjacking. She was mostly uninjured. Victim's description was at a four-way stop sign on the corner of North Alberta and El Dorado. Heard a knock on her driver's side window, looked to the left and saw a gun pointing in her face. Assailant told victim to leave the engine running and get out of the car without looking at his face. Victim got out of the car and slowly walked away. Assailant kicked victim a single time in the rear end, then entered the vehicle and drove away. Victim did not recognize assailant, didn't get a good look. 6 feet tall, white male with greasy black hair. Victim refused public transportation, so I gave her a lift home. Okay, I have a feeling something is important here, but let's just keep going for now. All right, then we got a letter from Tyler Hall, personal trainer. My dearest, are these the letters that the ex-boyfriend is writing? My dearest Bella Luna, I can't believe you want to split up over this. That photo on TNZ isn't at all what it looks like. It's just a picture of me with a client. You see, they took it from a weird angle to make me look suspicious, but it's just a camera trick, trust me. As a personal trainer, I have to be in close physical proximity to my clients. Let's look at those photos again. How close is too close here, huh? Those last two definitely don't look like workouts. They're like touching noses. If the paparazzi wants to take misleading pictures of me at work, our love needs to be strong enough to rise above even the worst accusations. We need to be together, baby. I can't go on without you. To be honest, I blame your manager, Suzanne. She's feeding somebody at TNZ dirt on you. I know it. I think she's afraid you're getting too big and will leave her. I guess even a broken clock is right sometimes. If Suzanne hadn't told them, how else would TNZ know when you'd be picking up Esmeralda at the airport? That is a good point. Unless they're just always following her. This ain't right, baby. Come back to me where you belong. We can ride off to the sunset holding hands together. I refuse to take no for an answer. You're a little guy. Thai guy. Okay. Don't know what the point of this is. All right. So finally made it to the photos. So they said there's no forensic evidence, but let's take another look at this. So here's the jewelry box. All the jewelry is out. She got hit on the right temple. There might be something in this photo. I'm going to take a closer look myself and see if I notice anything. You guys can pause if you want. Just keep it right there for you to pause. But now I'm going to take a closer look. Okay, so I'm not sure if I really see anything. I can come back to this, but let's go to the next photo. This is of her vanity or dresser. So there's a note there. Oh, that is the note from the boyfriend, right? Or ex-boyfriend. Again, if you guys want to pause, go for it. I'm going to take a closer look. Okay, so I don't know. I'm not noticing anything. I mean, obviously, I'm wondering how the letter and the flowers got there. If he says he was at the gym all day, right? That's like probably the most suspicious thing. Let's just keep going. Next is a close-up of the jewelry box. Let's see if there's anything in here. Hopefully you guys can see from there. All right. My initial guess is I probably need to pay attention to the jewelry here because there might be something that belongs to someone else. So we'll definitely come back to this. If I see some earrings or a bracelet that sticks out on one of the other suspects. Okay, now we have the selfie from the ex-boyfriend. He has a watch on. Is there a clock in there? There is a clock in the background. We'll see what time that says. It's funny too because they said that he would send a picture of the selfie, but oh wait, never mind. Because if he's pointing in a mirror, right? Okay. Anyways, let's get a closer look. Right. So just as I said, if it is a mirror, then that means this clock is mirrored. So it would be a little bit before 9 o'clock. Oh wait, sorry. It does have a time frame here, 8:39 p.m. But that's when this photo was submitted into evidence, but that's not when this was taken. I'm kind of confused now. Because if this clock is mirrored, then hold on, let me get a closer look again. Yeah, it means it's just before 9, like almost 5 minutes until 9. And he's at the gym. Is there anything else that sticks out? I don't think so, right? Okay, let's keep going. We got Suzanne Hurley counting money. She has a wedding, or she has a ring. It is a wedding ring. Okay, she's a widow. She's widowed. Okay, she has tattoos. Not sure if anything's sticking out in this one. All right. And the aunt, Esmeralda Garcia. So this must be from the high school photo shoot, right? This is at 9:38 p.m. Again, I have to see like what date because this is all on the 21st. Okay, so I guess these are the times that these photos were taken. So the 21st is the day of the incident. 9:38 p.m. would be well after the incident, but that's not the problem. The problem is whether she was there before 8:20. Because if she got there at the surprise performance, that's after 8:30. So now I can take a close up and see if I see anything missing, or these yellow feathers might be important. Okay, so I'm gonna look for. Actually, let's just do it right now. See if we see any yellow feathers, and I think we did. Right, that was like one of the first things I noticed. Right there. So I don't know. It looks like an earring with a yellow tassel thing, kind of like this one has red, but this looks like yellow. And I guess another thing too, if it's an earring, there should be two, right? But there's only one. Is that another hint? Because look, this white one, there's two of them. Yellow one, there's two. But red one, there's two, but there's only one yellow. So that might be it. But when I look at her photo, Maybe I'll have to look at another photo of her. Maybe the punch when she's punching her at the airport. But I can't see if she has the earrings on. His is covering her ears. Okay. Let's just go through this last. Oh, there's writing on the back. Oh, there's writing on all of them. Oops. Okay. Let's go back. Oh man. Okay. So there's writing on all of them. But before I go through that, let me see the other photos of Esmeralda. Ah, dang. So I thought it would be here when she's punching her, but her face is covered. She does have a bracelet on. Is she missing the bracelet? Let me see. You can't see your arms in this photo. Okay. Where is my flyer? Okay, so this is the last photo we have of her. I can't make out any jewelry. So, I don't know. Maybe it's a stretch. Maybe reading these in the back of the photos will help. For that, the last photo is Justine. This is me. There could be a clue here. It's just the stage. But let's go ahead and read all the backs of the photos. Okay, starting with this one. This was the scene I walked into when I found Luna. It still hurts me to see it. The jewelry knocked about, the blood. The door had been locked when we got to his room. Police never found any evidence in the room that could point to a suspect. Okay. I'm just going to read this fast. I don't know how much info it's going to give. Luna loved doing her own makeup for shows in front of the Hollywood lights. She had so much makeup and she always brought all of it, even though she only used about 10% of it. She was funny like that. Looks like Tyler's note and flowers were on the vanity. He's a sleaze. Yeah, so how did that get there? Did you just send it? This is kind of out of order now, but this was outside UCF Arena before Suzanne left, a few hours before Luna's final show started. I took this picture because I wanted to show Luna how sketchy Suzanne is about money. She stood by the fence and kept checking her phone until a man walked up on the other side, handed her an envelope, and left. She just kept counting the money inside with that weird grin on her face. Even without Lana being M'd, it was incredibly sketchy. Okay, doesn't really prove anything though. And then the boyfriend. To the guys working Luna's case, here's a selfie I took last night at the gym. As anyone can plainly see, it shows I was nowhere near UCF Arena when Luna was killed. You can take me off your suspect list now. This is also tragic. If you guys need me to do any press conferences or stuff like that, just let me know. But still, this photo is taken at 8:55, even though it says 8:39 here, but the clock says otherwise. So that could be it too. That he somehow forged this time. I'll have to check his statement again. Okay, and then the jewelry box. I don't think it's worth much money, but this jewelry box meant a lot to Luna. It had been in her family for 3 generations. One time on tour, we were almost all the way to Philadelphia when she realized she left it backstage at Madison Square Garden. We turned the bus around and someone else had to sing the Star Spangled Banner at the Eagles game. So this one and this are my big leads right now. Okay, and then the aunt. Dear Detective, as promised, here's a candid picture of me during the photo shoot for my induction into the Hall of Fame. Combined with the invite I already provided, the evidence is overwhelming that I'm not a person of interest. You got to get that loser ex-boyfriend of hers to talk. He tried to kiss me once, but I wasn't having it. Ew. And then from Justine, the homicide detective took this picture of me after I gave him a witness statement. It's pretty hard for me to look at. I was always standing next to Luna, so I got used to flashbulbs going off in my face. But I'll never forget the feeling after this one snapped. It's the moment I realized I was all alone again, by myself in that big empty stadium. We had big plans. So I have 2 main leads going for me right now. It's her and this yellow thing, like how that got there. But that is not like lying about an alibi. I mean, it could be, because she's saying she was at the event all day, but then the evidence would be if she only showed up for the surprise performance. This one could be a clear lie that the clock right here says it's 8:55 p.m. So let's go back to his statement. Okay, so he says, what does he say? Okay, he just says he was several miles away. And it says that Sarah Stoddard could confirm, but we don't have anything from Sarah. Okay, this is what I was looking for. So it says that here, Sarah at Jack Gym confirmed Tyler swiped in at 7 p.m. and out at 9:25 p.m. and Jack the gym is 12 minutes away. That's what I wanted to know. So, I mean, could you walk out and just walk in without swiping? It's kind of harder to do. It's easier to lie about a car being stolen than to bypass security at the gym, right? Just to recap, we need to break a suspect's alibi. So I just have to prove they weren't where they said they were between 8:20 and 8:35 p.m. But so far, I don't have any strong leads. Okay, so a little bit of stuff happened off camera. I didn't know how long it was going to be, just kind of sifting through all this. But I was trying to focus on these tattoos and just trying to look through all the pictures. And the first one was the one in this newspaper, right? So just going through all this, and there's something in the bottom left corner that really stood out. Because most of the time you can kind of tell when something's photoshopped. It's kind of breaking the fourth wall of this game. But you can see there's like someone with is that treble clef? I believe it's treble clef tattoo on their arm. So I went through all the photos of the people. Actually, first I went through all the descriptions. This is barbed wire on the left calf. So that's not the arm. She just says, I have tattoos everywhere. So then I knew I needed to look at the photo of her. And this one is only on the right hip. So then I went back to the photo of Suzanne. And sure enough, we see the tattoo. So she says she stepped out for a bit and to indulge herself or whatever, get dinner and whatnot. But this tag says she performs the opening song of her concert. So she was there during the opening song. It's a very distinctive tattoo on the right arm there. So I think we have enough for the first objective. I wish I caught it on the camera. Again, I just didn't know how long I was going to be looking through all this stuff. But lesson learned, I'll just keep the cameras rolling next time. Okay, so we have the site here. Can you prove a suspect is lying about their alibi? Prove it to move on with the case. And we need 2 documents. So we got our newspaper here, the article, and we have the photo of Suzanne Hurley. Let's see, photo of Suzanne Hurley. All right, that should do it. Let's check our answer. Bingo! You solved objective number 1. You proved that Suzanne Hurley was at Luna's concert. I need a better word than bingo. Great work. You can now open the envelope marked bonus envelope A. And then it just points out the tattoo stuff. Okay, let's go ahead and open bonus envelope A. So we got it right here. Let's see if I can do this cleanly. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to use my letter opener here. That way it's nice and clean. All right, let's clean this up too. Okay, so we got all our old stuff here, and now we got all the new stuff. Make sure there's nothing else. Okay, so we got our first letter here. Wow, detective, you are amazing. How did you spot Suzanne's arm in that sea of Luna fans? There's no doubt she lied about her alibi. Suzanne was at the concert. I wish I could say that we solved the case, but it didn't pan out the way I expected. The cops arrested her, but Suzanne weaseled her way free once again. She claims to have left the concert before Luna even went backstage, and I know she's lying, but I can't prove it. Well, I mean, there was the police report. What time was that again? Like, even though if she lied about the car being stolen, they encountered her at 8:44 p.m. So, I mean, yeah, she could have called from anywhere, but she was sitting on a curb at 8:44 p.m. So, I guess that's all we know. In her defense, Suzanne got the detectives a voluntary statement that I passed along and 3 photos she took that evening she thinks to prove her innocent. I don't buy it though, and I'm hoping she unknowingly gave us something we can use to lock her up. Okay, so is she just the primary suspect now, or I guess the only suspect now? Suzanne will only walk away with a slap on the wrist for lying about her alibi unless we can prove she killed Luna. Is that how it works? What is it called? Misleading an investigation or something like that. What is it? How do you guys know? Like interrupting with an investigation. There's some term for it. If I find it, it'll be right here. That's what it is. This. You can't come this far and quit on me. Let's find evidence strong enough to convict this wretched woman of the awful crime she committed. Okay. All right, Justine. Final objective. Oh, right. There's only 2 objectives. Convict the killer. When you find evidence to throw Luna's killer behind bars, visit the site. All right. So we have voluntary witness statement. This is from Suzanne. Yes, I lied. I went to the concert, but I didn't kill Luna. I wanted to snag a specific photo because I knew Luna was bringing Justine on stage between her first and second songs. It was great content for Luna's socials, so I stopped in to get a few shots. I never ended up posting them for obvious reasons, and now Justine is accusing me of M when all I've ever done is be an attentive manager to Luna, especially after I went out of my way to get such a special photo of the 2 of them. Luna is from Atlanta, so the fans were out of their minds that night. I remember a shirtless guy kept trying to charge the stage, and I still have hearing damage from the teen girl screaming into my ears at decibels never encountered before. I didn't kill Luna, and I didn't want detectives wasting time on me when they could be catching the actual M-er, and never even saw the inside of her dressing room. Oh, I never even saw the inside of her dressing room. I provided the photo of the girls on stage and another of Luna. Oh man, her handwriting is so hard to read. I provided the photo of the girls on a stage and another of Luna I took as I was leaving. I even have a photo of me walking out of the stadium by myself. Anyone with a brain can look at my photos that night and see I'm innocent. Isn't it funny that the photo I took as a gift for Justine is now helping me prove she's a lying witch? Okay. No backside here. All right, so this is the first photo of Luna on stage, I'm guessing. Luna knew I was in the crowd that night. We made eye contact. Isn't it odd that the one person who could easily prove I'm innocent is dead? Good thing I took this picture. Does Justine have a pic like this to prove she's innocent? Suzanne Hurley. Okay. Justine? She's accusing Justine now? Our next photo is both of them on stage. And she is holding something. What does that say? So I think it says Met Gala dress. I'm not sure if you guys can see. She did want to take her to the Met Gala, right? Okay, I don't know what this proves or shows. Lastly, is her leaving. Luna Night fans, thank you for visiting UCF Arena. We hope you loved the experience. But it's all empty. Oh wait, did I read the back of this? No, I didn't. I took this picture to capture the moment Luna brought Justine Delgado out on stage between her first and second songs. The crowd roared for Justine when Luna talked about how inspiring her designs were. Oh, I see. So did she design that dress that she's wearing? It was a touching moment between 2 people who I thought were on my team at the time. From Suzanne. Okay. Now back to this one. Let's read the back. Here's me leaving the concert right after I took those pictures of Justine and Luna. Luckily for me, I can't help documenting trademark violations when I see them. Oh, trademark violations. Pictures like this have won me a few lawsuits, but I never thought I'd need one to prove I'm not a cold-blooded killer. What trademark lawsuit? Okay, so now we have a clear shot of the earring, right? So let's see. Let's zoom in here on with my lens. I'll also take a look. Okay, so all we got to do now is look at that picture of the jewelry box, and I think we solved our case. All right, so what am I hoping to find here? So it's this one, right? Oh, it's right there. Right at the bottom. And there's only one. It's exact match. All right, there you go. You left some evidence behind. Okay, let's solve this case. So we go to the next site. Can you convict a killer? Prove it below to move on with the case. What 2 documents help you prove Luna's killer is guilty? So we have the photo of the jewelry box. It's one. And then her last photo leaving the concert. Here we go. Have I thought of a word yet besides bingo? No, haven't. So it's going to be bingo. Bingo! You solved the case. You spotted Suzanne's earring in Luna's dressing room. Great work. You can now open the envelope marked bonus envelope B. I knew this was going to be important. Just went off the wrong lead with the yellow. Let's open bonus envelope B. B for bingo. Okay. Let's do a little bit of cleaning up around here. All right. This should be it. This should be like her what do you call it? Confession. All right. So we got a top letter here. My dearest detective, you did it. Wow. I can't believe you spotted that evidence on the floor of the dressing room. It's exactly what we needed to connect her to the M and get a conviction in court. I'm beyond relieved to know Luna's killer is finally serving the sentence she deserves. Everything feels so much lighter since you solved the case. I feel like I can finally move on with my life. Would you believe Suzanne Hurley's new client reached out to me the night after she won a Grammy and her manager got arrested on the red carpet? We hit it off right away. She hired me as her lead designer and I'm heading out on a tour next week. I'm even altering a dress design for her that I originally made for Luna. Let me know what you think when you see it at the Met Gala next year. Luna was the brightest shining star this galaxy has ever seen, and she would have done anything for me. That's just the type of friend she was. You remind me of her. All my best, Justine. P.S. Have you ever considered a detective career? You should. All right. And then another TNZ article. Luna's killer finally caught. Suzanne Hurley arrested at the Grammy Awards for the Unsolved M of Luna Night in 2014. Shocking drama unfolds as music manager Suzanne Hurley arrested on the red carpet of the Grammy Awards. Hurley, known for guiding the career of the pop sensation Luna Knight, has confessed to her 2014 M. According to her confession, Hurley lost her temper when she found out Luna wanted a new agent and M'd her backstage mid-concert. As soon as she realized Luna was dead, Hurley called 911 and reported a carjacking in progress 15 minutes away. That's what I was thinking. She could have called from anywhere. After sneaking out of the concert, she took a taxi to the location of the supposed carjacking and filed a fake report to cover her tracks. See, if we could have found some evidence of the taxi, then that would have been nice, but they're just saying it right now. Or like her car was still somewhere, it wasn't jacked at all. Fortunately, Luna's best friend, Justine Delgado, never gave up on seeking justice for her. Delgado enlisted help from a detective who pursued the truth, leading to this triumphant moment. As the world, including us, watched in disbelief, reporters and paparazzi swarmed the scene, capturing the dramatic moment the music manager's horrific act finally caught up with her. With her killer facing justice, Luna can finally rest in peace as her loyal friend Justine Delgado moves on with her life and career as a fashion designer. All right, congratulations, detective. You just solved the Luna Knight case. That'll do it for this video. We solved the case. I did enjoy the mini case concept. It's a lot nicer not having to read as much material. Much easier if you're playing solo like me. Still had the usual elements of unsolved case files, in particular, really having to look at those photos. And any photo, not just the photos, but any photo on any of the documents. This one was interesting too because it had a lot of information, but what it ultimately came down to was the photos. I did kind of wish more of the story was involved in solving the case. Would that have been harder to pack into a mini case? Who knows? If you want to help support the channel, there's a link in the description to buy me a coffee. or there's this QR code right here. And if you enjoyed this game, give this video a like. If you enjoy our content, subscribe if you haven't already done so. Go check out the channel if you enjoy all things mystery, puzzle, escape room. Try to mix it up every now and then, but if you have any recommendations, go ahead and leave a comment down below, and I hope to see you in the next video.